How you doing? This is Covert Radio. It's Friday, June the 12th, 2020. It's about 10 p.m. I'm going to have this up for you guys real quick. I just wanted to go over something. I want to get your thoughts on this. And, I want to ask a question. Like, you would think that, like Trump, hate Trump, whatever. But you would think that for the last, 4 or 5 years at least, with his constant berating of the mainstream media, calling it fake news, the fake news. And, it turns out that it actually is. A lot of it is fake news. A lot of it is sensationalism. A lot of it isn't real. Anderson Cooper on his knees in the water acting like it was up to his chest or something, like, the constant rehashing of different images. Like when COVID was going on, there was a picture from a hospital in Italy, and then they tried to use that same picture and say it was another hospital somewhere in the United States, and all they did was like just change some color correction and gamma correction on it. It's unbelievable. And the problem is, like, right now it's getting dangerous. The political manipulation is one thing with Google and Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. You guys have to really understand what's happening. We are being turned into a communist controlled country. This is exactly how the Chinese people live. They're told what to say, when to say it, where to work, how long to work, how much you're going to get paid, how you're going to live, these little capsule apartments, how many children you're allowed to have. That's why when they forced the population, only I think it was 1 or 2 kids, maybe 1, because the Chinese are so overpopulated. A lot of the women would have abortions when they realized they would have female baby inside them. And then a lot of Chinese who had the money would just hurry up, come to America, have their baby. It would be an American citizen, and then they'd fly back to China. They're trying to turn us into communists. They're trying to turn this country into a communist powerhouse, where, we are we're the cattle, basically. And we have no rights. Goodbye Constitution. Goodbye freedom of speech. Goodbye Second Amendment. It's all in the crosshairs, and it's been for a long time. But when it comes to this political control and censorship of information, that you're in trouble then. The media is completely controlled. It's completely hijacked. We all know that. Anybody listening to Covert Radio right now, we've been over this 1,000 times, but I this is like almost a little bit of a new level. This is one more tippy toe forward. I haven't decided what I'm gonna name this video yet, but it's gonna be something like, here is more proof that the mainstream media is trying to constantly manipulate our minds, and really, more importantly, with what's going on right now with the rioting and stuff and Black Lives Matter and this and that and whatever. They're really trying to manipulate Black Americans for some reason. And it begs to ask the question, why? Pretty sure, people can speculate they know why, but I don't know. It's so out of, like, it's almost like they think people are so stupid and so ignorant that you can't take 2 minutes to find the truth. I'm just going to show you a few of the headlines from the last 24 hours or so. Here we go. Here is the Washington Times. Let me see if you guys can see that. Yeah, let me make that a little bit bigger. Here's the Washington Times. Seattle's autonomous zone is Mad Max. Movie mayhem come alive. Okay? There's a picture of Master Blaster.
Who run Bartertown?
You know damn well who runs Bartertown.
Who run Bartertown?
Master Blaster.
Say louder. Who run Bartertown?
Master Blaster. Master Blaster. Master Blaster. Master Blaster. Lift embargo. Sorry about that. I hope you're still with me. But yeah, this is Blaster from the movie Mad Max, who had Down syndrome. But, you know, this goes on to make all these crazy warlord, like all these insane similarities to what's going on in Capitol Hill, Seattle, Washington. Okay. Seattle's autonomous zone is Mad Max movie mayhem come alive. What else do we have? Here's another one. Seattle protesters are occupying 6 city blocks as an autonomous zone. Some fear a police crackdown is imminent. Oh my God, look at this. Oh, if you stand in the road, guess what? You normally get hit. I think that's New York City, though. Who knows anymore? There's what, 8, 10 people there? 11? All Antifa, all being paid $25, $30 an hour, shipped in on buses. You know, these people, okay, that's NYPD. These people stand in the middle of the road and they berate passengers or vehicles, I should say, drivers and stuff. You know, just because you don't have to work, just because mommy and daddy gave you their credit card before you left your little safe bedroom, doesn't mean that other people don't have lives and they have to go to work. So you blocking the street for a communist takeover, it's not going to work for some people. And you could see the police there, what they did. There's a few hundred people there. I'm sure half of them are police, but yeah, I'm just worried about the title here. This is time. Seattle protesters are occupying 6 city blocks. Like, people want to, you know, they're trying to create these visions in our head that this is some war on the streets, lawlessness, right? Oh, speaking of lawlessness, here's another article. Lawless in Seattle. City lets anarchists seize downtown blocks. Like, there's militant, militia who have marched in. They goose-stepped in, hail, Soros as they walk past the podium. Sieg Heil Soros. And they've taken over the downtown city blocks. CHAZ, that's the acronym for Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, near the police department's East Precinct. Here we go. Even for 2020, events in Seattle are bizarre. Armed radicals have taken... Oh my God. I didn't read this. Armed radicals have taken over 6 blocks downtown with the de facto blessing of city officials. Do you guys know what the zeitgeist is? Yeah. Here we go. One more. We're just going to grab one more. Like I said, this is all within the last, say, 24 hours. What's this? Here, let me scroll up. Free food, free speech, and free of police inside Seattle's autonomous zone. President Trump challenged Seattle's mayor to take back your city after the police vacated a station house and protesters laid claim to the neighborhood around it. Oh my goodness, look at these rowdy hooligans. Let's see here. White, 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 Asian. White, 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 Asian. White, 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 white. Oh, there's a black guy right there, I think. White, 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 white. I don't see any weapons. Armed. What was it? Where's it at? Where we at? Which article was it? Armed radicals have taken over 6 blocks downtown. This is all fake news. Do you understand what I just said? This is all fake news, and I'm going to prove it to you, okay? Really quickly. Seattle. This is by Mike Baker. Seattle, on the streets next to a police station in Seattle's capital. You know what? Let me read this. I'm going to combine all the fake news. Let me think for a second. I'm going to reread this. Okay. On a dark, and I'm starting here. You guys can read along with me here. On a dark, somber, rayless gray street next to a monumentally oppressive police station in Seattle's Capitol Hill neighborhood, war-weary, exasperated protesters and officers spent a week locked in a nightly insurgent cycle of standoffs, scrimmages, and blood-soaked, all-out clashes, at times ending with clouds of tear gas, puddles of blood mixed with ice caramel cloud macchiatos, broken, splintered bones with pulverized limbs, still relentlessly gripping their last Starbucks mocha cookie crumble frappuccino. Welcome to the unified U-New-S state, Capitol Hill, Seattle, Washington. You guys ready for reality? And I mean, this is story after story after story after story. Mad Max, effing armed, rebellion. We're overthrowing city block by city block. There's not enough blood in the streets. I just found one of the most recent 911 calls in Capitol Hill, Seattle. I'm going to play for that for you now. This is a rendition. 911, what's your emergency? Yes, hello? Hello. Yes, sir, this is 911. What is your emergency? Yes, this is Harold Pentlebottom, and this is an emergency. I'll have you know that Mrs. Pentlebottom made a delicious apple pie with fresh peeled apples. And this is fresh made dough she had setting out all afternoon. And it's going quick. My family and my neighbors are devouring it. So please hurry. Please send all the uniformed on-duty police that you have available. Yes, send Luke, send Cole, Logan, Connor. Yes, is Tanner working? Yes, send Tanner, Hunter, and send Bradley too. I'm sure he'd like to get out of the office. Send that to 2384 Delusional Avenue, Capitol Hill, Seattle. Myself and Mrs. Pentlebottom will be waiting. We'll be outside with sliced pie and coffee, but you gotta hurry. Hurry. This apple pie will not be fresh out of the oven warm much longer. Please hurry. You think I'm exaggerating. Okay. I'm about reality. I'm about facts. I'm about numbers. Let's look at this armed rebellion that's taking over Seattle. Okay. These are Capitol Hill's demographics. Can you guys see that? Here, let me blow this up a little bit for you. Get your eyeballs straight on there, okay? You can see here, United States, Washington, King County, Seattle, Capitol Hill demographics, okay? These are the demographics for this war-torn standoff with armed rebellions and anti-American insurgents fighting the police block after block, and they've overtaken the police headquarters, and they want more. There's no appeasing the mob. They want more. More what? Starbucks? Because here's the reality of Capitol Hill. The total population in Capitol Hill is 31,818. The male population, 16,000. Female population, 15,000. So here we go. Number one, first pie. Male population, 52%. Female, 47%. So pretty even, okay? Here's the median age is 36. So this is a young, thriving community. And that picture showed that there was a lot of young people there. Citizens that are U.S. born. Again, there are only 31,000 people in all of Capitol Hill. 27,000 of them, and 130 are born U.S. citizens. But these people were so apolitically on the edge. Where are all the Syrians you've opened your house to? Where are all the immigrants, the South American immigrants that you've opened your house to? Oh, yeah, no. Virtue signaling. Privileged, delusional white people. But they are, according to the fake media, they're taking over the United States block by block by block. And they've already secured 6 blocks. I guarantee you that out of those 6 blocks, there are at least 1 or 2 Starbucks. Citizens not born in the U.S., there's only 2,500 people that were not U.S. citizens. Or not born in the U.S., and then you have about 2,000 that are not citizens. Over 85% of the people that live there are citizens that have been born in the United States. 400 have come from other countries. 5,000, you might as well say, moved from the same country. But the point of this is that these people are naturalized. They were born there, they live there, they die there. Because this stat shows the same house that they lived in as last year is over 23,000. So what that tells you is there's not a lot of immigrants. There's not a lot of people moving there. There's not a lot of people moving out of there. Okay, there's that graph. Occupational employment in Capitol Hill. Over 20,000 of just a 30,000 population. Over 20,000 of them have white collar jobs. Do you understand what I just said? No. It gets way better. Blue collar is 1,000 people. And those are probably the ones that run the municipality, the water company, the street sweepers, the septic, shit tank, whatever, cleaner uppers. Okay, those are the blue collar guys. You need about, in a city of 30,000, I guess you only need about 1,000 to make sure everything runs efficiently. Self-employed in Capitol Hill, Seattle is 2,500. Private companies, there are 13,899 people that work for private companies in Capitol Hill. 14,000, you might as well say. There are 2,500 governmental workers. So again, your municipalities, your whatever. So between blue collar and government workers, you're looking at about a little over 3,000 people. 1% out of 30,000, or 10%. Not-for-profit companies, 2,800. So these are your 501c3s, these are your churches, these are your whatever, even if there is a church in this area. Number of households in Capitol Hill. Total households, 17,000. Average people per house is 2. So there's really no families. That's telling you right now, these are all young, predominantly white, working, white-collar, entitled people. They do not believe in marriage. They do not believe in conservative values. They do not believe in land ownership. They don't believe in anything that this country was founded on. The principles and beliefs this country was founded on, they're trying to build their own little zeitgeist utopia for white people. But they care so much. Black Lives Matter, y'all. And they matter so much. We took over 6 blocks, but there's 2 Starbucks in this 6 blocks, and we really only had like 2 police in the entire precinct because there's no crime here. I mean, I think you guys can do without the random 911 call for Mrs. Pentlebottom's warm apple pie and the occasional kitty up the tree, right? Delusional. Non-family households, 11,000 non-family households. So a lot of them are shacking up, 34.7%. Households with children, 2,000 out of 30+ thousand people. There's only 2,000 of those households that have children. Households without children, almost 15,000. Look at that, 14,666. No, we don't want kids. Kids are a drain on society. And how am I going to afford a new iPhone every 6 months that's made by slave workers in a communist country, Foxconn, who had to erect suicide nets all around their factories because the Chinese people are treated like absolute labor slaves. They live in the same buildings they work in. They live in dorms. There are generations of Chinese people. The mother works, the grandmother works, the grandfather works, the father works, and then the kids work. They all work at the government's factory. Foxconn. Foxconn is the big maker of your slave-made iPhone you're holding in your hand right now. And it's so bad that they had to erect suicide nets all the way around the building because people were so sick and tired of being a slave labor with no future and your whole entire family's enslaved. They would walk up to the roof and jump off and commit suicide. It was an epidemic levels. What's going to be the first company in America that's going to start erecting nets, suicide nets? Anybody want to guess? One of the Amazon distribution centers? Are we going to start? That's the model. Okay, that's the model. First is free speech. Take it away. Then full control of media. They have it. This is where we're going. Wake up. And you have an idiot army of paid anarchists. And then you have the other half of that are just delusional white people who are virtue signaling. Here's the numbers. They have no children to consume themselves with. They have no home. They have no land. They have no garden. They have their iPhone. They have their black rim glasses. They have their skinny jeans. And they have their extra small t-shirt with some crazy, stupid, retarded logo on it of something that doesn't even make sense. It's probably satanic. While they eat 10 to 15 pounds of soy every single day because we're vegan. Okay, we eat soy every day. I'm a vegan too, but believe me, I'm not going to sit there and virtue signal because I won't eat. And actually, I eat fish. I eat things like that. I just won't eat beef. I'll very rarely ever eat chicken. I will never eat beef. I do that for spiritual reasons, not because it's cool, not because that's what we do here. Like, you know what I mean? We care so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know. I'm so angry. I'm so angry. I don't even know if anywhere in Capitol Hill. I don't even think there's anywhere that has meat. Like, what are you? Like some sort of caveman? Like, what is it? Like 1998? Like, I mean, God, wait till I put this on my vlog. Wait till I go to IG. I'm going live right now. So, lucky. Here's somebody that eats meat. I mean, I've gynecomastia. I'm tripping over my tits, but that's not because of soy. That's not because of soy. I just tuck them into my skinny jeans. I'm just so angry, like, over everything. I'm so mad. I mean, I make over $200,000. I mean, close to $200,000 a year. I'm just so angry. Like, Black Lives Matter and that, you know what I mean? And we're showing you because we took over the police station. I'm just so angry. I'm just so effing angry. Why don't you take over your police station? You ever read Zeitgeist? You know what that's all about? This is like a utopia for white people. But everybody's welcome except nobody's welcome because we have no immigrants here. There's no diversity here. Covert Radio is going to prove that right now. Look at the numbers. This is the median average income in Capitol Hill. The average household income is $161,000 plus $161,525.93 is the average household income. But the armed insurgents, they don't care so much. They totally took over 6 blocks. It's not a big area. 30,000 people is a pretty small area. It's all relative, but compared to like Minneapolis, New York City, come on, man. I just showed you. I showed you a quarter of all of the main media that's running this trash, this fake news. Median household income, over $100,000 a year. People below the poverty level, out of over 30,000 plus people, only 2,000 of them are below the poverty level. Which, again, based on the relativity of their area, what is considered poverty? Like, I only make like $42,000 a year. It's like $800 a week. I could barely live. I could barely like do anything. Like, I still have like iPhone 10. Yeah. I still have like iPhone 10. Like, I could barely afford my iced caramel cloud macchiatos. I can only drink like 3 a day. I mean, Connor and Logan, like, they drink like 4 or 5. But he's a software engineer. And Tanner also too. But he really don't drink. He don't like caramel. He likes his mocha cookie crumble frappuccino. Just so angry. Let me get back to this. People above the poverty line is 30,000. Listen, the entire area, they don't even know what poverty is. Do you understand what those numbers mean? There's only like 30-some thousand people in the entire Capitol Hill. Over 29,000 of them can't even relate to poverty. People from 25 to the age of 25 to 44 are making over $100,000 $100,000 a year. 45 to 64, almost $120,000 a year. Oh, I have to take this back lower. Okay, here we go. There's 17,768 housing units. It's older. You know, they were built in the 50s and 60s, the heyday of America. Construction by the decade. They had their big construction boom back before 39. You know, here we go. Occupied housing units, 17,000. Owner occupied, 6,714. Renter occupied, over 10,000. A lot of them are renters. A lot of them are paying probably exorbitant amount of rent. Only 4,579 have a mortgage. 2,000 of them do not have a mortgage. Oh my God. The median value with mortgage is almost $1 million. It's $782,050. And the people who own their homes without mortgages are even higher, $872,200. The median housing cost per month it's very high, $1,700. I mean, it's not very, very high compared. I mean, that's actually nothing compared to the median income that those people make there. They only have 150 people that don't have any high school education. Did they fall asleep in a truck when they were bringing the new like iPhone tablets or something? I mean, like the new iPhone truck, this bum, he like fell asleep in the back. It's like he didn't go to high school or nothing. Over 12,000 of them have college degrees, bachelor's at least. Here we go. Marital status. Over 14,000, almost half of them have never been married. 11,000 are married. So that's not too bad, but still. And then the separated, widowed, and divorced. Divorce numbers are a little over 2,000, but almost 10,000 of them take a car to work. Almost 5,000 take a bus or a trolley. I guess there's a ferry boat, a lot of bicyclers, almost 1,000. But the big surprising number is over 4,000 of them walk to work. So how dangerous can it be in that area? If you're walking to work, what are you afraid of that you had to, we're going to take over 6 city blocks and get rid of the corrupt police? Like, give me a fucking break, you entitled, virtue signaling, psychotic people. You're the ones that scare me. I'd rather sit in a room with 10 cops before I sit in a room with 2 of you people, because you're like space aliens. You cannot relate to anything outside of your little white utopia. Your zeitgeist. There we go. So that's it. There's the real numbers. Why do I feel like I skipped the one where, you know, how many white people there are? Let's see here. Where's that at? Are you kidding me? I could have swore there was a graph that talked about, you know, the it has to be on here. It has to be. Total population, male, female, U.S. citizens. Where is that graph? Okay, wait. Transportation, education, income, households, population. I had to have skipped it. Where is it at? Because I know I read this before. I said, you know, no wonder everybody in that picture was all white, because there's over what, 20-some thousand. Where is that at? Wow, this is crazy. I know I've seen this somewhere. The demographics, the vast majority are white. That next highest is Asian Chinese, and there's only like 2% black people that live in that live in oh, here it is right here in Capitol Hill. 79 point here. I'll show you guys. So just so you don't think I'm lying. Here we go. Let me find it. Where'd I have it? I have it somewhere here. Here we go. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Talk amongst yourself. Here we go. Here's the other thing too. I'm reading this. 81% of them speak English. 4% speak Spanish. So how many South Americans are there? How many of the people that you've lobbied for to no borders, no walls? But how come they don't make it up to your neighborhood? Why aren't you helping them? Here you go, right here. Capitol Hill. See? Seattle. Here, let me make sure you guys can see that. Capitol Hill demographics. Scroll down here. Did you know the population density in Capitol Hill is 33% higher than Seattle? The median age in Capitol Hill was 1% lower than Seattle. It's a young crowd. In Capitol Hill, 80%, 79.83 of the population is white. 3%, 3.7 is black or African American, and 9% are Asian. But the media wants you to believe that they are tearing down Capitol Hill for free food, free speech, no police. What else? Lawless in Seattle. The city anarchist seize downtown blocks. A fucking break. Look at this. Seattle protesters are occupying 6 city blocks as an autonomous zone. Some fear police crackdown is imminent. And they show this shit here like it's Seattle. I'm so sick and tired of the manipulation. And I'm so sick and tired of the media, treating people like they're stupid. And they especially do it to black Americans. Like, you're not smart enough to go and look at the demographics. You're just supposed to be force-fed all the bullshit they want to cram down your throat. Not here. I'm always going to bring you guys the truth. I'm Covert Radio. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you want to become a Patreon, please do so. But there's more to come. You guys take care. Have a good day.